Well, I might as well pull no punches and tell you the real deal because I'm going to title this Chumps for Trump, how he's actually funding Hillary Clinton. Now, it's not a direct funding because guys like him, let me put it to you this way. Here's the strategy. You're not going to want to hear this if you're really diehard. Because let me put it to you this way. I'm going to tell you right from the get-go. I like a lot of what Trump says, but he is playing the game. I suspected him from the beginning. When he signed the pledge, I figured, well, maybe he was legit. But I says, well, let's see if he breaks the pledge. If he breaks the pledge, he's going to look like a yo-yo or something. But no. He's talking like, the Republican Party is treating me unfairly. He's already tweeting about, on the Twitter, garbage about going on an independent party. He's already saying about two-thirds of his supporters would vote for him on an independent ticket. That is a guaranteed win for Hillary Clinton. And that is a playbook right off the 1992 election with Ross Perot, which Ross Perot deliberately ran so Bill Clinton would win. H.W. Bush was unbeatable, basically, back then if there was no third party. No third party candidate ever won in history of all American elections. And that includes Teddy Roosevelt in the election of 1912. He got the strongest third party showing, and he was way stronger candidate than Trump, or charismatic. He was a big game hunter. He was a war hero. He led the charge up San Juan Hill, and he was a former president, and he also had a lot of political experience. A naturalist, you name it. This guy was heads and shoulders above Trump, and it caused Woodrow Wilson to come into power and get the Federal Reserve Act passed, the income tax, the whole 9 yards. And Hillary Clinton, I'll guarantee you right now, is definitely somebody the elite want. It definitely looks like it. I can guarantee. Now, I know no matter what you say, no matter who it is, it's somebody the elite are basically endorsing or control. But there is somewhat of a difference. If you think it makes absolutely no difference between candidates, then don't vote and whatever. And I'm going to tell you, though, that the people that are for Trump are actually the people that are most concerned about this country. But you're being freaking fooled. And now I'll tell you how Trump actually finances Hillary Clinton. The more outrageous things he says, and you could say, yeah, I agree with him, like trying to stop all the Muslims coming into this country, or the immigration or something. Maybe you agree with it. But the people that are Hillary Clinton side type supporters, that makes them want to open up their pocketbooks and purses and whatever the hell it is they have for money, electronic money, and send the Hillary Clinton campaign more money because they must stop Trump. And he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's going to get paid back, and he's not so stupid to know that when he runs an independent, that Hillary's going to be president. But if if you really believe he was that stupid and naive that he's giving the election to Hillary Clinton, well, if he's that stupid and naive, he's not though. He's too stupid and naive to run any kind of foreign policy, run any kind of strategy in the world on our behalf of the United States of America. So let me put it to you this way. More people are brainwashed through various conspiracy outlets out there, and I'm not going to say nothing against conspiracies. They do exist. There's loads of conspiracies that exist. They actually exist in business and Trump's business too. But the Alex Jones show is totally endorsed by the powers that be. There's no doubt about that, no matter whether you want to believe it or not. He always says there's threats on his life, but if they really wanted to get him, they'd be done a long time ago, man. There's no doubt about that. You got, Godlike Productions, GLP, the Tavistock funded and owned operation. They're heavily endorsing Trump, all the way. They want people to push that on that channel. So as long as they even get 10% of the vote to Trump, Hillary's it. Along with, getting out to vote for, as many, if there's like an empty apartment building, you get 1,000 votes there for the Democrats too. So, But, it's not even so much Democrats. I can tell you one thing. Hillary is flat out the biggest danger to all your freedoms in this country by far. And this is really a message for the people that are looking about Trump, because I flip-flopped on him a couple times. Well, my initial reaction was he's a ringer for Clinton. He knew Clinton all along. I'm putting out a lot of videos on this because I'm hoping it gets some kind of they're not getting a lot of attention, but I got to really put them out there. I am not stupid on this kind of garbage. The only thing why I changed my mind, and I wasn't 100% sure, was that he signed that declaration that he was not going to run on a third party. But he already hinted about it, and I just a couple of weeks ago, that wasn't a deal, and the Republican Party's plans to do this against me and all this kind of crap, plans to in the media, and I was like, now he's openly saying that he will run an independent party. I'm like, he's been buddy with the Clintons forever. There's no doubt. I mean, he flip-flopped on issues, even on the immigration issue. I got to say it again in this video, even though I said it in a couple other videos. In 2012, he was criticized the hell out of Mitt Romney for being mean-spirited to illegal aliens and stuff. And I'm like, get the hell out of here. He did not change his mind that much. And, his attorney Cohen will say, well, he's got the right to change his mind. Yeah. Bullshit. So, anyway, the more outrageous things he says, the more money goes into the coffers of Hillary Clinton by people that are not, the big money people, which is cool because it's cool for her, because this way big money people don't have to shell out as much. They can get other people to freaking shell out their hard-earned money because they're afraid of what Trump is saying. So it works great. And then if he says these things and he takes positions that he knows nobody would endorse, if he takes a position that's far beyond what even a conservative Republican would endorse. And I know you'll say that, oh, they're all freaking sellouts. And yeah, I know, they are probably, But the thing is, what he's really doing is he's making it totally impossible that the Republican Party could endorse him for anything. That's why he's doing that. So the more extreme he is, he's doing two things. He's pushing more money into Hillary Clinton's campaign because people are scared that don't like Trump or scared of him, so they're giving more money to Hillary's campaign, and she doesn't even have to get the money from the big bucks people. The other people are giving it to her. And the more he says these things, he goes more extreme on anything he possibly can. I'm not saying he's extreme, but I'm saying is the more he does that, whereby he says something that is beyond what any major political party that's established could absolutely endorse under any circumstances, the more he's deliberately alienating the Republican Party and so it's like then he'll accuse them of pushing him out the door and that, this is unfair, I was treated unfairly, so therefore my contract with him is null and void. Hey, just like he does in business, right? What the hell else is new, man? I've been around a long time on this kind of shit. This guy was very obvious to me in the beginning. I didn't want to put it out too hard because people are freaking getting really mad at me. And I was, actually, to tell you the truth, I was lukewarm on that shit when he signed that freaking pledge. Because I know freaking people sign contracts and pledge of his caliber. Man, they could do anything they want. I just thought he looked like an idiot if he did. He broke it. He would look like I can't keep my promises. But he's saying that the Republican Party's not keeping their promises, and that wasn't the deal. So he can break it now, okay? I just hope that people realize that the ones that are really fooling you beyond Trump are also all this major alternative media that's out there. You're a bunch of biggest liars going, man. Yes, everything is corrupt as all hell. I could give you other advice on how to get around that, but I really can't give you that on YouTube, okay? Anyway, so just don't be mad at me, the messenger, because I already know. I know the deal. The freaking people are gonna be like getting all bent out of shape. Yeah, Santa Claus is bullshit, whatever. I'm just saying this. About Trump. And honestly, I think I put a couple of videos out that, his wealth is tied to the United States because he is interested in the United States doing well because of his wealth is tied to the United States due to real estate, which I could see a financial incentive for that. But then if he makes the Clintons get into power and that's the deal that he really had on the inside all along, his wealth is going to be fine, man, no matter how you look at it, So, the whole thing is, I totally suspected him in the beginning, like I'll say it again. I thought he was going to run independent, split the vote, play the Ross Perot deal. Ross Perot definitely had a deal with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton would have never won. And the Clintons are playing the same strategy all over again, playbook, and I'm less frustrated with that shit than the people that are still buying into the Trump deal because I know I shouldn't. I really wish I said what I felt about that freaking damn. I'm playing to the crowd sometimes a little bit too. That's the problem. That's why I'm putting out this other video right now. Sometimes I'm not trying to get people pissed off too much on YouTube because I'm telling you the truth all the way. And in the back of my mind, I didn't really trust that pledge shit too much because he was the only guy that didn't raise his hand. And then he finally signs the pledge. And I'm thinking, well, maybe. And if he doesn't, that means he'll drop out of the race. But now so many things have been following. He's not dropping out of the race. He's in it to win, quote unquote. In other words, he's in it to finish and take as many votes away from the Republicans so Hillary's in. So, early warning system here, baby. I'm trying to I didn't even freaking feel too good about that pledge. And I said, oh, okay, I'll play along with it. And I'm like, now I'm like, freaking bing. Yeah, I know it, man. I know it. And do not freaking underestimate this kid. I have so many people on here telling me about conspiracies from way back and all this. Man, I know these pen of people, man. They're fucking so bullshit, Anyway, well, I do pledge that if Hillary gets be president, I'm gonna be buddy with Vlad, Vlad Putin. Even though I tore him up a lot on a lot of my videos, or somebody like that. Anyway, possibly even I don't know, anybody, because that thing is absolutely your worst nightmare, and it's actually a reflection on our cook conservative society that she would be president. You got the phony Christians out there that don't, that are, that's not the way to be. They're, I don't know, all the males today are a bunch of damn wimps, practically, most of them. And that's exactly what kind of leadership we're going to get. We're going to get her in there, and she's going to really trash this country to the hell. And now that I'm looking at that projections they had on Deagle.com about the population of the United States going way down and the military expenditures going to 10%, and maybe it'll happen under her administration. She'll be in 8 years because they actually predict on Deagle.com, the military site, that the population of this country will go from 300-something million to 64.9 million by the year 2025 due to exodus and a collapse of the government. Our military expenditures and our GDP will be a tenth of what they are today. And it's not a conspiracy site, it's actually a serious military site. So maybe all this stuff is planned, and she's going to be the Wicked Witch of the West, unless she melts or something, and or by some miracle loses this election. And if anybody thinks Trump can win on a third party, I can't address that enough. What you need to do is you need to look at the 2012 election, for instance. That was the third party candidate that did the best. He actually, Teddy Roosevelt actually trashed Taft, who was a Republican candidate. That was former President Taft, who was running again. And what happened was Woodrow Wilson, basically the unknown controlled candidate by Edward Mandell House, was actually his main advisor, was the shoe-in. And he did realize later on he was used. And I think they drugged him and killed him and whatever the hell else they did with this guy, Woodrow Wilson, because he realized he was being used. But in the case of Hillary Clinton, she gets in, she realizes she doesn't give a shit, man. And her younger girlfriend possibly may give her a heart attack. I don't know. Maybe, Uma Aberdeen is 38 years old. And you got Weiner, the husband. Weiner, he's another cook conservative, whatever the hell that guy is. I can figure that, maybe you can get Hillary on robbing the cradle or something. I don't know. 38 is still not underage, but man, there's a big difference between Hillary Clinton's age and Uma. She'll be in the adjoining bedroom with the Muslim Brotherhood and all that kind of crap. And I don't know. So maybe a little bit of female Viagra, and Hillary will have a freaking heart attack or some shit. Maybe not be the end of her. And whoever's going to be the vice president, I don't know what's going to happen, man. It's freaking crazy. But I'm going to tell you, man, Trump is really full of it, man. I know it now, and I put it out in the beginning. I didn't really quite change my mind all the way because I was playing to the crowd. Because, people don't want to hear certain things. I was like thinking, well, maybe he is legit. He signed a freaking agreement, man. It's a piece of paper, man. Just like the Constitution is a piece of paper. The only thing that matters is the force that's behind it. So remember that, too. I'll leave you with that thought. Stay with the force, baby. You know what I mean?